Tax season is here. Who wants to be bogged down by mounds and mounds of figures when you could be out hunting that great ravenous bug bladder beast of trawl? Why sink yourself into a quagmire of lost receipts when you know you'd rather be eating the heart of a vanquished enemy? Let EBA's tax filing and accounting do it all for you. For a measly percentage of your return, EBA will organize, file, and handle all the audits of your house with the aplomb of an official certified Ferengi. Aplomb too big a word for you? Why, Klingon warriors, that's what EBA's for. You don't have to think your way through tax season. EBA will handle it all. Take action. Filing fee, shipping and handling, refund taxes on refunds, wages, time spent fees, supplies, cost, and special medicinal elixirs not included. Klingon tradition is deep, spiritual, and filled with shipping concerns. Just how are you going to get that newly acquired Cardassian Genovite spear to your sister's aunt's son-in-law in time for his rite of ascension? And how can any warrior be expected to take time off from galactic conquest to spend long hours in the interstellar post office filling out customs forms for those cases of freeze-dried Breguet lung you promised your head of household would be delivered to Rurapenthe post-haste? Let EBA's shipping service take care of all of your delivery needs. EBA will fill in those forms, pack and ship those items with the greatest care and respect. EBA's personal armada of freighters will see your loved ones delivered their beloved gifts in quick time and for so little cost. Contact one of EBA's trusted customer service personnel for a drop-off center near you. Shipping supplies sold separately. Processing fees, bribery insurance, legal costs, fuel, and wages not included. Has that latest hit and run with the Enterprise got you down? No? Well, how about your ship? That's right, EBA of Ferenginar is expanding, and it's not from eating too many beetle grubs. EBA's vessel repair and remodel will have you back in warp drive in 2 shakes of a Targ's tail. We're up to our lobes in dilithium crystals. She'll have that engine purring like a Bajoran Horacat and that body pimped like an Orion trader. EVRR specializes in disruptor blast burn removal, photon discharge deionization, and will even get those nasty bloodstains out of the interior. We'll deodorize for free! Contact EBA's call center today for our special pinstripe offer. Deodorization exempt from Klingon ships that have carried togs, any Tellarite ships, and Cardassian ships where much quaffing of fish juice has taken place. Uh-oh. You thought that last assassination attempt would go smoothly. Dadgummit. You were certain you had that last battle under control, and now your mate was seen canoodling with the consul from Breen. Could things get any worse? Not with EBA's public relations management team. EBA will put the spin on the press so fast those gossip mongers after Your Honor won't know what hit them. Just ask all her clients in the Federation. They always look like the good guys. Did you think they did it alone? No, they contacted EBA's public relations management team and got the job done right. Come on, Klingon warriors, jump on the bandwagon and get the Empire's reputation as a badass back! Hollywood? Bollywood? EBA would! Yes, that's right. EBA's Fine Representation Services has coupled with EBA's Public Relations Management Team to bring you the next and brightest stars of the galaxy. Hold on to your heads, Alpha Quadrant! Have you always wanted to star in holo soaps? Are you just right for the next action-packed series of Estrus in Enterprise? Just send your headshots to our eagerly awaiting personnel and EBA will get you casted! Do not send severed heads. All severed heads will be returned to sender postage due, and said sender will be subpoenaed for emotional trauma and dry cleaning bills. Casting couch experience a plus. The Empire is slow these days. When will the next war occur? Whatever shall you do in the meantime? EBA's Exotic Travels has the answer. EBA's got the scoop on all the little-known destinations. Why go to Risa when everyone and their semi-cousin half-brother will be there too, clogging up the beaches and drinking all the blood wine? Try Venus! A little-known secret of the Federation, Venus is a hot little planet next to Earth named after their very own love goddess. Keeping it to themselves all this time, it's begging to be conquered by a worthy warrior looking for that vacation from ennui. Contact our call center for a sizzling good time. Well, who knew that a Cardassian hog could eat an entire Klingon woman? Who told you to vacation on desolate Cardassia Prime anyway? Now what are you going to do when your children cry mommy and all you have is a bit of leftover pelt? Who's going to run your house while you're out creating a cosmic menace of yourself? Eva's Tellurite mail-order brides to the rescue! These fair damsels are just what the doctor ordered. Easily housebroken in just 3 days, a lovely Tellurite woman will give you something to smile about when you return home from battle. Not just a fine companion to cuddle with, but also a guaranteed supply of fresh truffles. And the kids will love her! She's tough and can suckle a litter of 8 without breaking a sweat. Contact our call center today and get yourself out of that lonely rut. Ah, the joining of 2 houses. What a moment. What a celebration. What a grand reason to junk that old boring marriage oath ceremony. Why do something in private when you can make complete spectacles of yourself in front of family and friends? Brides-to-be, stamp that satin foot and dial up Eva's wedding planning services at your nearest communication station. Eva offers a choice of ceremonies from the traditional "we're a couple of bleeding hearts" ceremony to the more exotic "nudge nudge, wink wink" of the Betazoids. Food, clothing, or body paint, and proper etiquette all researched and provided by Eva's knowledgeable staff. Call today for Eva's special wrinkle cream formula and receive a special Merkin offer. Wrinkle cream formula has been known to cause smooth foreheads. Mommy, I want a Targ. Daddy, I want a Batleth. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Sound familiar? Then let Eva's nanny service take over for you. Look, you obviously didn't know what you were getting into. Those kids are running all over you. How are you supposed to plan that next invasion of Romulus with a 6-year-old chewing on your shin? Let Eva's nannies do it for you. Specially shin-guarded, these fine women will take on the burden of child-rearing so you and your mate can go have great adventures and maybe even get some actual poetry reading done. Go ahead! It will keep Eva's nanny service in business, and you get to have a life. Contact our call center today. Ask about our Tellurite special.
Sergeant Major's log. It will be good to return to active duty again. Much has happened aboard the Stranglehold during my absence, and this old targ of a warrior cannot wait to see action again. I am to meet up with the ship at this sad piece of wreck of an excuse for an outpost. Why the flagship of the fleet would come here is beyond me, but it may have to be due to...
Do you remember Genesis? By the divine treasury, that's a long time to live. Congratulations. But all that time does take its toll. Never fear. Eva's Makeover Supreme Incorporated offers a variety of Renew You treatments for the elderly impaired. Skin smoothing treatments, Eva's patented anti-senility tablets, and Fizzy E-Zone Wake Up, all for a bargain price that can't be beat. Walk out of that last century with that toned body you've always boasted about. Call today and we'll throw in a spectacular trip to the Federation's regeneration planet for a great discount. Eva's skin smoothing treatments may cause smooth foreheads. Seek Genesis at your own risk. Heads up, Karg. Yes, that's right. Eva's bail bonds to the rescue. Are you stuck in a holding cell? Has your habeas corpus gone stiff? Has that last mutiny just got you down? Are you still trying to figure out how the Cardassian gets away with murder all the time, and you're stuck rotting on a metal cot eating the last scrapings of Baltec's secret sauce? Then demand that one phone call and ring up Eva's bail bonds. She'll have you in good with your little friends in no time. Ask about Eva's PR management team and learn the Cardi's secret ace up her sleeve. Why, it's Eva, of course.
Greetings, stranger. Can I interest you in some spike and flame gems?
No, I have plenty.
How about some Antarian glow water?
No, I use that to polish the flame gems.
Then perhaps you could use this book of famous quotes from old history, Earth science fiction television shows.
I have no need for useless junk. What I am looking for is this.
That is very rare indeed.
Do you know where I can find it?
For a price, I might.
Obviously you don't. I am well versed in the Ferengi rules of acquisition.
Do you have the new, updated version with supplemental rules by Grand Nagus Rom?
Enough! If you do not have what I am looking for, I will take my business elsewhere.
Good luck with that. I'm the only shop on this planet.
Surely there must be another shop.
Well, there was another shop, but it met with a slight accident. I believe it was due to a thermal detonator mishap.
It will be good to return to the Stranglehold after my leave on the Chronos. I hear the ship was damaged after my father caught it.
That is correct. The port side has a large hole, caused by the explosion from its escape. And the ship still retains the technology from the Borg encounter. I have been unable to get any control over the systems. What are your thoughts?
A large hole, eh? I think I'll have to take care of it. We will need to get some plastiform sheets, some hard snot glue, baling wire, and a toothpick.
I do not see the relationship those items have with fixing a hole.
It is an old engineering technique called the MacGyver. It is used by miracle working engineers when a difficult situation has 10 minutes before everyone dies.
I do not believe that the ship has 10 minutes to live, so this cannot be considered a difficult situation. I think the Borg technology is much more important.
You've got to be joking. Those bits of nano trash may take total control of the ship's functions, constantly trying to replicate itself and readjust its field through harmonics to prevent being removed safely. But I see no reason to be concerned over something that just gives off an eerie green glow.
Maybe you are not seeing the total picture. Now, as the ship's chief engineer, how would you remove the Borg equipment?
Oh, enough of these pointless questions. If I remember correctly, there's a shop nearby which will have all the parts that we need.
She'll be back. After all, never cheat a Klingon unless you're sure you can get away with it. Rule of acquisition number 192.
Ah, but what of rule of acquisition number 177? Know your enemy.
Strange that a Klingon would know the rules of acquisition.
Ha! I have no own a copy. The revised edition with supplemental rules by Grand Negus Rob. First printing. However, I do not recall any change to rule of acquisition number 4. A woman in clothing is like a man in the kitchen.
You must not have read the forward. And my father was a great cook. However, I never thought I would see rule of acquisition number 284 in the guise of a Klingon.
What is this Ferengi talking about?
She is merely stating that deep down, we are all Ferengi.
Is this Ferengi trying to insult us?
No. I believe she is congratulating Quagmire on his knowledge of Ferengi culture.
Of course. The bookworm warrior, armed with words to save us all. Careful, he may throw a book at us.
Don't stand for it.
Admiral, I do not believe this planet is capable of us serving our needs for repairs. Why even stop here?
We were diverted here on orders of the High Command. I am certain we will receive our answers soon enough.
It is obvious that we were sent here as a sign of disgrace over your failure to take the planet Kuzbane a year ago.
You heard the Admiral's reasons on why we had to leave that planet alone.
He failed in his orders, just as he has failed in his previous missions. By allowing inferior races to even exist on board Stranglehold, shows that he has become soft.
I may not agree with his decision to have a Romulan and a Cardassian on board, but he has never failed in a mission.
What do you know of this? You are merely on board as science officer while your ship goes through mere refits.
After the incident at Kuzbane, it became apparent that the Stranglehold needed a science officer. I am honored to fill that position, for now. However, the ship's logs do not indicate that Admiral Kahan Den has ever failed in a mission.
Stick to your science, science officer, and leave the warrior duties to the true warriors.
Try accessing a nanoprobe with a bat lift.
Commander, you know that Chancellor Martok agreed with the Admiral's decision to leave that planet alone.
The farmer that became the famous one-eyed giant.
But this is not about the last mission, is it?
If you are trying to analyze me, Bookworm, be warned. You may not survive to pass this way again!
Yeah! Quagmire's questions are designed to make sure that every crew member stays focused on the success of this mission and are not swayed by personal problems.
You're a fine one to speak of personal problems.
What are you trying to say?
By not having the traitors who led the mutiny against you killed, you turned your back on being a true Klingon!
I have been in this service long enough to know that you do not throw away the baby after it soils the diapers. It is the Pampers that are disposable.
What are you? A fleet admiral? Or a Gulchmuk tending to her nursery?
There are times when the differences between those two positions become unclear. You are new to this ship, Commander. Do not mistake my actions as being a sign of weakness, or you may find yourself disposable.
You, Astoria! Was that your ship that managed to get a clearance before line?
Considering that rust bucket you were flying, I figured it would fall apart before landing. I did not wish to fly through your debris.
Why, you blue-skinned chillhead, I should just tear off your antennae now for such slander. I personally flew that ship in the Battle of Sandata'ana.
I was not aware that any relics from that battle still existed. Or were even able to fly a ship.
Are you saying that I am old?
No, I would not insult you in that way. I have a deep respect for antiques.
I should just kill you right now.
I have no need for the babble of a toothless old tart. I relish the idea of a fight. The last time I was able to use my combat skills was during the Dominion War.
The Dominion War! The Dominion! They are nothing when compared to the Tholians!
Make the right sound, and they shatter like glass. Now the Gorn.
The Gorn! The Gorn are like any other lizard race. Sluggish in the cold.
Sergeant Major! Glory to you in your house!
Ashley! It is about time, too. I understand that you have had some trouble on board during my absence.
We had some problems. We managed to survive. We will have to look for supplies to make repairs while we await further orders, though.
Look! Oidi! Shuvway! Pepe! A warrior does not complain about physical discomfort!
But as a Marine, should you not say instead, in the Mayoi, Yishik, to understand life, endure pain.
Who is this young pup that dares to interrupt me?
Ensign Quagmire, House Oxbridge.
Ah, yes. I have heard of your house. They had 3 sons, but one was not worthy to be a warrior. So he was sent to the academy in the hopes that he would improve.
And now that son serves on the flagship of the Ring of Fire fleet.
Where his choice of weapons are. Talking, chattering, and lecturing. But do not worry, he will have studied before he is tested in battle.
You are new to the Stranglehold, but I can see you a seasoned warrior. Who are you?
I am Commander Braca. I was assigned to replace the first officer, who turned out to be a Romulan spy. Since I have been on board, I find this ship to be lacking in the true traditions of the Klingon Empire.
Then it is good that I have returned. With my help, we can both fix that problem.
This is getting us nowhere. We will need to split up into teams to find what we need. Zim, you will take Quagmire and look for a Hampuf. Baraka, you will take Beck Vok and look for Shirk, while Hagwash and I will look for a Kluk. Sergeant Major, you will remain here as our rendezvous point.
I guess that leaves you with me and Dorian.
Do you expect me to be frightened of you? When was the last time you tested your mettle as a warrior? Oh, man.
Ah, see that? That is from a Rabbit Mugatu bite when I was on jungle camping. He jumped right out of a tree, but before he could kill anybody, I killed him myself.
That's nothing. I got this little souvenir in a skirmish on Prius 4.
This is from a Jem'Hadar knife fight, from one that was coming down from Ketracel White.
Don't job match them with See that? Severe grape juice stain during Mrs. Sneedbutter's kindergarten class visit. Well, do you know how much this outfit costs? The loss of platinum to clean it caused considerable mental trauma. I couldn't work for 10 minutes from the shock.
You know, Dorian, I am beginning to like you. If you were a Klingon, I would consider buying you a drink.
Do not insult me. A true Klingon would not pass up the opportunity to have a drink. Is there a bar around here? You're already at it. Welcome. What can I get you? This is a bar? How can that be? Budget cuts, the limits of a small stage, and there was no more space in the dealer's room downstairs. Now, as to those drinks.
Chop! Blood wine! Yes!
Ah, such fine customers deserve the best. So I'll get you some from my private stock, made by a famous warrior by the name of Thunderbird.
Excellent! Then let's just celebrate this warrior.
There you go. Knock yourselves out, but not on the run.
You know, Antorian, if we were back on the home world of Kronos, we would be singing songs of our glorious battles and triumphs. Bakta tumo, Joja duro, Yaja keo, Yaja keo, Yaja keo. Maru, Guru, Shiro, Maru, Para, Chama, Rak, Chuta, Talma, Negu, Guru, Guru, Yaja keo, Yaja keo, Yaja keo.
Did you not know that this was a hunter's song to be sung after the hunt? We are roasting tar over a pit, and old warriors will be telling us stories of long ago.
Ensign! Do you not have something far more important to be doing than standing here waiting for me
to kill you.
We have been everywhere looking for the cook to no success. I do not believe we will find it.
We should try this place. They seem to have it.
How is it you have cook when no one else does?
It's called supply and demand. You demand it, and I'll supply it.
Then bring us a cook, one for a Katinga class warship.
Katinga class, you say? That style's very outdated. It'll cost you quite a bit for that part.
Do you have it or not? Or are you just wasting my time, which for you could become quite costly?
I have it. And since you're now a preferred customer, I'll give you a discount by waiving the special handling fee.
Is that not the same thing as giving back money? It is the wise warrior who knows to never trust a Ferengi who gives back his money.
You haven't seen how much the extended warranty is going to cost.
We will be in the bar. Call me when it is ready.
Lieutenant Commander, I did not expect to see you here. I thought you were on leave to find your father.
My search has not yielded any success. I decided to return to the Stranglehold when I heard it was headed to this planet.
And it was lucky for you, we were diverted here by high command.
It is indeed fortunate. I'm ready to return to the Stranglehold and work on the increasing problem with the Borg technology on board.
I was not aware there was a problem with the Borg technology.
When we return to the ship, I will show you what the problem is.
Do my eyes deceive me? Or is it little Kahantas, all grown up? Do not tell me you have forgotten who I am.
Sergeant Major Tabor of the House Tremont.
By the head of Kalis, where's the Admiral get this crew? First Officer's Log, personal. I have been sent on a hunt by the Admiral to locate Sharon. I have also been accompanied by a Beck with the brains of a Torg. After giving simple instructions on how to locate Sharon, Beck Bach returns to me with this. It is not Sharon. I am not one to refuse ear of Targ when it is fresh. But this is cooked. I have no use for this. After a severe reprimand, I allowed Beck Buck to return to his duties and continue looking. Well, First Officer out. I have not seen this shot before. You, Ferengi! I seek Sharon. Tell me you have this in stock.
Let me guess. Is it for a Katinga class warship?
How did you know?
You would have to have the lobes to know the look of an experienced warrior of just such a ship.
Further proof I have been on board the Stranglehold far too long. I should have been assigned to a Negar class.
It'll take me a while to go through my stock, and it is expensive for such a feat. I suggest you come into the bar and wait. In honor of such a fine warrior, you can have a complimentary drink, which will only cost you slightly less than what it charges the others.
Blood wine! And it better not be some form of cheap Ferengi swill!
I happen to have the finest blood wine, which comes from the planet Boomspar.
I have not heard of this brand. Is it good?
I hear that the people from the planet Cushion Carts swear by it.
how to serve gawk with lollipops. It's quite fascinating. However, we have failed to keep our minds on the task of locating the Khampo. Now, don't start again. We must focus on finding the Khampo. Where can we find a shop that has it? Strange. I do not recall seeing this shop before. Nonsense. All Ferengi look alike. To be sure, I will ask. Have we ever met before?
That depends on how much you're willing to pay me for my answer.
There's your proof. All Ferengi seek profit. Now, do you have the Khampo?
At Eva's, we have everything anyone could ask for. Of course, some things cost more due to supply and demand.
I remember you now, Ferengi. And if it's your intention to exercise Rule 192, to cheat us, I must warn you that my talkative friend here will get most upset.
So that we don't upset your friend here, I'll get you the piece at her cash cost. It'll take me a while, so why don't you come on into the bar and wait?
Do you have Warnog?
Do I have Warnog? Do I have Warnog? Why, yes I do. A&W vintage. It has that frosty Warnog taste.
Did you find that card I sent you out for?
We should have it soon, Admiral. Is there a problem?
Probably due to this cheap effect the Ferengi calls blood wine. I should be all right.
Lieutenant Commander Kahuntus! Your leave is not over for another 3 months.
It is nothing to be concerned about. I had to end it early as my duties aboard the ship are needed.
She says there is a problem with the Borg technology on board that must be removed.
We need to revert back to the old ways.
The old ways? What do you know of the old ways? You are still a young tick-knock that is wet behind the ears.
All I am saying is that the Empire has become weak due to Federation influences since the assassination of Gowron.
Gowron! Gowron was a self-serving fool! If you want to see the true emperors of the Empire, then you must look back to before the Kitchener treaties.
When the smooth-headed Hutar ran the Empire!
You are not getting just remarked on the jet. He was forced to stop your rebellion that threatened the destruction of the Empire.
Stay out of here, you yet-met-loving scientists! Yeah!
The Klingon Empire is built on the soul of Kalis, the blood of the warrior, and the heart of the scientist.
You were talking to them earlier. What brought all this on?
It is hard to tell, but then they are only Klingon, so it could be about anything.
Klingons will fight about anything. This seems to be something more than a recreational fight.
Perhaps you are trying to see it as more than what it is.
Admiral, tell the warriors to stop! You're going to destroy my bar!
The destruction of this bar is irrelevant.
Admiral, what is wrong? It is not the Admiral's fault. This is not Lieutenant Commander Kahuntus. In fact, I do not believe you're even Klingon.
You're correct. How did you know?
The real Lieutenant Commander Kahuntus, you're taking great pleasure in insulting me. Whereas you barely acknowledge my existence. Now, who are you?
I am NX of Borg.
Huh? That is impossible! I personally saw Ramon kill NX.
That is correct. That model of NX was destroyed. I have been created for infiltration and retrieval.
So the Admiral is working with the Borg now, and has allowed another spy on board.
He wasn't even aware of my existence until I was able to access the nanoprobes that are within him, which were recently reactivated. Taking a place as a member of a crew while they are on leave is easy.
It wasn't necessary to activate the nanoprobe to stop the Cusbanian mind control.
By doing so, you made it easier for me to know where the Stranglehold would be. Thank you.
What were you sent to find?
Pure Borg technology, untainted by the virus the Federation injected into the Unicomplex.
And you expected to find that here, on this desolate planet?
Why do we even bother listening to her? She is a threat. She needs to be eliminated.
I agree with the first officer. She has been killed once.
Kill the Borg!
And we kill again.
You are correct. You can kill me. However, I am constructed by the Borg. I will return. I'm certain that your biological lifetimes will not.
You still have to pay for that explosive.
Payment before your destruction is irrelevant.
Not if I'm going to end up in the divine treasury when you destroy my bar!
You said it was pure Borg technology you were sent to find. Where?
It is found in the reactivated nanoprobes within your Admiral, and the remaining technology on board your ship.
I knew it was a mistake to leave that infestation on board.
Do not worry about that infestation. I will take that off your hands once you are dead. In fact, I will release my hold on the Admiral, so that he may meet his death as he prefers. As a Klingon.
I've already been on the barge of the dead. It is not my intent to return.
Then this is not your lucky day, as it looks like you'll be returning there. I leave you this, as a gift, to play with as I take my leave.
Did you get the items I asked to repair the hole? We are now in the last 10 minutes.
What does that have to do with anything?
If you attended engineering school, you would know that at an established time, the problem becomes critical and requires miraculous engineering skills to repair it, or we lose the ship forever.
Then this stranglehold is of no use to me. But I have the nanoprobes. The Borg will return, and will assimilate the Beta and Alpha quadrants. May you die well.
Don't let it go.
We need to deactivate that weapon. Bookworm, what do you know of explosives?
I should be able to disable this.
You need not worry about that. It's not really a bomb.
What do you mean? The Borg said it was.
Well, she thought it was. Moving items that don't sell require creativity.
Of course. Rule of acquisition number 239. Never be afraid to mislabel a product. But why did you not tell us sooner?
No one asked. And there was no profit in it. I have your item for you. In fact, I've taken the time to put it together so it's easier to transport. Hold on.
Admiral, I believe you have your answer from High Command on what we need to do.
Very well. Meanwhile, we have a problem to take care of on board the ship. Kartog, can you take care of it in time? Kartog?
I believe
Commander Kartog, this is Sergeant Major DeBoer. Report!
I do not know, Admiral. I will give it all I can.
Are you certain we will have a ship to return to?
Kartog holds the Scotech degree in engineering. We should be fine.
I believe this is what you were looking for.
Thought you said it was difficult. Come on.
Not for a Ferengi. What is it?
Something you need not know about if you wish to live.
I have it.
Excellent. Phase 1 is complete. Now I can continue my mission upon the Stranglehold.
Does anyone know you are with Imperial intelligence?
No, that is for the best. Intelligence is best done from the shadows. People only need to know about us when we give them information. There is a problem on the Stranglehold, and it must be destroyed or used to our advantage.
And that problem is?
There are forces on the Stranglehold from the High Council, dangerous to the point of treason. That is no matter.
And what of the Stranglehold?
Their mission takes a different course. If you wish to learn more about the Stranglehold or its crew, seek Fleet Admiral Kahan Den. We will now allow you 10 minutes for holovids, videos, or photographs of the crew. Which Imperial intelligence may or may not confiscate as evidence to use against the crew at a later time.
Or in simple terms, go home!
Don't worry about it.
Kapla!